What is up, YouTube? It is Doc here, Docky Style Gaming, and I am back at it again with another GodFall video for you all today. And in this one, we are going to be taking a look at the shards for Typhon of all Valor Plates. I have been super hyped to get my hands on his shards and mess around with his abilities, and every time I see them, they are a spectacle. I feel like his abilities are some of the most fun to just look at, let alone use on your builds, so that's why I went with him first. So in this video, we're going to be taking a look at all 4 of his shards and what they all do and how to actually properly use them. So like I always say, without wasting any more of y'all's time, let's hop straight into this video and straight into this breakdown. So let's start by going over to our podium, our sexy ass gold glowing podium, and then we'll take a quick look at the shards and the ones that you can unlock. So the first of which is called the Way of the Kraken. Whenever you hit an enemy with the polarity attack, ice spikes burst from the ground and deal water damage and chill and knock down enemies. And then while polarized, you deal plus weapon takedown damage to chilled enemies. AKA meaning the second you pop your polarity attack, everything that gets knocked down, pop a takedown and you'll deal almost 200% damage. Now granted, all of these stat numbers can get even higher because every Valorplate Shard could be upgraded 5 times. So that takedown damage is probably going to get way higher at max. But essentially, all you want to do is kill a couple enemies, build up your polarity attack meter, which is right here, and then find a group of them and bam, swap to your secondary weapon and everything around you is murdered with ice spikes. It is, again, visually a very unique Valorplate Shard ability. Like I said, all of Typhon's Valorplate Shards visually look pretty dope. Now, to make the most of this shard, you are going to want to spec into polarity attacks at least once so that you can use it. So if you haven't put any points into polarity attack, at least put 1. But honestly, if you're going to be maining that shard, you're going to want to go all 5. For the increased damage and charge speed, meaning you can pop it and spam it way faster. On top of other gear and augments that also increase your polarity attack charge and attack damage, yeah, you can spam this like crazy. And because it's one of the shards in the game that don't have a cooldown, you can legit spam this as much as you want if your build can allow it. Next, let's move over to the second shard and the second easiest one to unlock, Bitter Cold. It says Spectral Blows deal bonus water damage and consume chill, and then Spectral Blows also deal additional breach damage, which is super nice. Granted, if you're like me and have a Typhon consume build, you're probably going to be murdering them before you can even take advantage of that additional breach damage. Now, before you can use that shard properly, you're going to want to make sure you go to your skill tab, go to Shield Throw, and make sure that it is maxed out to level 5, because that is how you're going to unlock your Spectral Blow. And all you have to do to perform it is the second you throw your shield and it hits an enemy, tap L1, at least on PlayStation, and you will dash right to them, dealing crazy damage and consume damage. Again, it's kind of dictated on your build, but consume's still pretty strong in the game. Now, taking a look at it in action, we're going to go run up on a Rancor real quick before it even gets a proper chance to attack, hit it with the Spectral Blow, and boom, dead. So yeah, it's definitely a very useful shard. My only real issue with this one is that I feel like Spectral Blow's timing is a bit wonky in comparison to some of the other shield attacks. Most shield attacks you really don't have to time much, you just have to activate it, whether it's your Sundering Slam, Petrifying Slam, things like that. Whereas with Spectral Blow, you will have to time the second it hits the boss, tap L1 to dash to him. And after messing around with this shard quite a bit, Spectral Blow's timing window is a bit fast. So if you can't get the timing down, you might not be using this shard if I'm being real. As much as I love shards that let you consume without having to use a gear item, this one was 50-50 on me. And my timing and timing attacks in the game are pretty good, but yeah, Spectral Blow's timing window is very, very short. But moving on to the third shard, let's take a look at my personal favorite and the one I was looking the most forward to using, and that is the Blizzard technique. Whenever you hit an enemy with a charged shield throw, you summon a blizzard that deals water damage per second. Now, it does have a 30-second cooldown, but it's actually not too bad. You can proc this still relatively often. The damage it does is really good, and because you're proccing water damage or just an element in general, you can also easily use that stack for some additional consume damage, because everything inside your blizzard is going to be getting procced and going to be taking major damage. And again, just like all of the shards, this one could be leveled up more, so of course you could deal even more damage later on. But before I show it off, like some of these other shards, you are going to want to make sure you have certain skills unlocked before you can make the most of it. And for Blizzard, you're going to want to make sure your shield prime skill is leveled up to 3, because that is how you unlock your charged shield throw. And honestly, it's super easy to do. It's just like a normal shield charge. You just hold it down a little longer and then you spin and throw it and pop out a massive AoE blizzard that just melts. And if it's not melting, it's at least proccing with chill. And again, having more enemies with elements on them is always super good. And for an even better look at the AoE in Towers of Trials, this is the radius of it, and it's still pretty decent. This ability paired with so many other Valorplate Shards in the game, like Mesa's Dusk of the Earth that pops a huge poison cloud on the ground, so you have enemies standing inside of a blizzard getting procced with poison, and then again potentially other Valorplate Shards from other Valorplates. This is a very useful AoE for proccing massive element stacks. And paired with other Valorplate Shards that could proc some massive element stacks, yeah, this is a essential, at least on my build, for Typhon. And it's going to be essential, I feel like, in a lot of team composition. Now, the last shard that we're about to take a look at is the Frost Shield. Now, I love Frost Shield, and honestly, I keep going back and forth between the two I'm going to keep on my build. For sure, like I said, I'm keeping Blizzard Technique, but Frost Shield and Way of the Kraken, I keep going back and forth in. But Frost Shield does a pretty decent amount of damage, and it is a beast of an ability to use. And similarly to the Way of the Kraken, there's no cooldown on it, so you can be dealing massive damage pretty much depending on your build. But Frost Shield states a percentage of the damage dealt to your shield is stored in your Vengeance meter, which I will indicate when I show off the actual ability. But also, whenever you perform a Petrifying Slam while your Vengeance meter is full, you expend your Vengeance meter and deal water damage to enemies in a straight line equal to the amount expended. This also deals breach damage, inflicts chill, and knocks down enemies. And hell, even paired with the Way of the Kraken while it's polarized, you could be dealing some additional takedown damage. Now, just like all of the other Valorplate Shards for Typhon, there is a specific skill you'll need to unlock to make the most out of it, and that is Petrifying Slam. Now, luckily, it's just a level 1 skill on these shield attacks. On PlayStation, you just hold down L1 and press X, and boom. You'll be able to essentially proc that shard as fast as you can store the Vengeance meter. And luckily, because I have a consume shield build, and my build is all about its shield, I can recharge my shield fast, I can consume damage with my shield hella fast, and then I can keep proccing that shard. That's why I kind of keep going back and forth between the first and the fourth shard for Typhon for my second slot, because both of those I can use just as fast and pretty much infinitely. But of course, the moment you've all been waiting for, taking a look at it in action. Now, right here is the Vengeance meter, and again, all you have to do is hit enemies with your shield throw. Like I said, because I have a consume build, my Vengeance meter fills pretty fast with this, and then once it fills, you'll see it right there. And the best thing to do is to find a group of enemies, run into it, and then freeze all of them to death with huge ice spikes. Again, visually, all of Typhon's abilities are probably my personal favorite in the game. That's why I knew I was going to unlock all of Typhon's shards first, even though I still am a Hinterclaw main. Now with Typhon's shard paired with my updated skill list, and then my gear and augments, yeah, Typhon is definitely a top 5 Valorplate now in my opinion. So with that, those are Typhon shards damn near in a nutshell. So let me know what you all thought about Typhon, and let me know which Valorplate that you've been having the most fun with their shards. Like I said, Typhon, I knew day one I was going to level up and get them all as fast as I could. Even as a Hinterclaw main, it's crazy I still haven't got every Hinterclaw shard yet. Almost there, but Typhon I was going after nonstop, and I unlocked them all last night before I actually called it a night. But with that, that's all I got for this video, so thank you all for watching. Like always, be sure to join the Discord if you haven't. A link to that is in the video description. We have guides, builds, LFGs, and so much more. And then, of course, be sure to follow my Twitch channel. I stream just about every day, and with the Exalted Update out now, I am streaming every single day for about like 2 weeks straight. We are about to get all of these shards, and we're about to try and get everything exalted. So definitely stop by the Twitch channel and follow it if you haven't. We're going to get on that grind. And like always, if you are playing on PS4 or PS5, I do play with other people in stream and add a couple on the side so we can get some runs in whether I'm on stream or off stream. So definitely follow the Twitch if you haven't, because of course I will be streaming today. Other than that though, I am out of here, guys. Be sure to leave a like if you liked the video. If you didn't, still leave a like because nobody's going to see that dislike. With that, thanks for the love, thanks for the subs, peace.